All right, boys and girls, we've talked about figurative language in Tall Tales today, and now it's time to write about that. Our prompt for today's writing says complete a blog post about what makes a story a tall tale, and you're going to do that on some following slides. The prompt says, in Thunder Rose, you read a tall tale about a larger than life character who does incredible things. Imagine that you have a blog where you share ideas about writing and books. You plan to write about characters and events in tall tales. Write a blog post explaining what makes a story a tall tale using Thunder Rose as an example. Don't forget to use some of the critical vocabulary words in your blog post. So, guys, we've done lots of different responding to our texts all year. This year, we're going to make a blog post. And it occurred to me, I was thinking, what if they don't know what a blog post is? So, I wanted to share with you about what a blog post is so that you can actually write one. So I did an example that says, what makes writing a blog post? Blog posts are actually a new genre of writing, or newer genre of writing. Have you ever wondered what makes writing a blog post? What is a blog post anyway? Well, keep reading because I am about to help you figure that out. This slide is in the style of a blog post, just so you know. So then this is like my title right here. Let me see if I can find my pointer. This is my title right here. What makes writing a blog post? And then the next part, if you noticed, I highlighted some questions to ask my readers to help them be interested. It's sort of like a hook, right? Have you ever wondered what makes writing a blog post? Question. What is a blog post anyway? Another question. And then keep reading. I didn't have the magic 3 questions, but I think it's okay for my blog post. What is look at those big bold words, blog post? What is a blog? And so then I did some research, boys and girls, and this is what I found right here. So I hit enter a couple of times, and then I found a blog is a website that is like a diary or a journal. Most people can create a blog and then write on that blog. Bloggers, which is a word for people who write on blogs, often write about their opinions and thoughts. And I found that on kids.kiddle.co. It was sort of a Google site, and I had typed in, what are blog posts for kids? So then I wanted to tell you a little bit more about what makes writing a blog post. And so I started thinking about what I know about writing and about blogging, and this is what I came up with. Bloggers use different fonts, images, and writing styles to draw attention to what they write. Blogs often look kind of like magazines and journals combined. Think about like Scholastic News plus a diary. If you put what someone's thoughts or opinions, what they're thinking about, that would be like their journal or their diary. And then think about what Scholastic News magazine looks like and how they have headings and different colors and different fonts, but it's all very organized to keep it interesting but easy to read for readers. That's sort of what a blog is. And a blog is online, it's not paper. And if I forgot to say that, I'll fix that up in this slide. But that a blog is on the internet. It's a website. Maybe I need to put in bold right there that a blog is a website that's like a diary or journal. So the other thing I want you to know about a blog is a lot of times when you see a real life blog, after bloggers have published their post or they're thinking what their topic is, kind of like a newspaper or magazine journal article for the day, they have a section for people to make comments on. And so when you're online, if you're on a blog, you'll read the information, you'll read the author's thoughts, and then there's a part that says comments. Let me see if I can find one for you. Nope, it's not on this one. This was where I found facts about blogs for you, and I added that. This was one of my sources for telling you what a blog post was. Is this the blog I was looking at? Okay, and this was a blog. Is that the one I want? called Imagination Soup. And in Imagination Soup, there are different posts. So this one, I could click on 20 fantastic chapter book series for second graders. And if I click on that, it's going to take me to this. This is the blog post. It's like the article that I want to read or the journal entry on this blog about chapter book series for second graders. So you could read all about chapter book series for second graders, and there's some ads and things on this blog. That's a way that bloggers make money, kind of like how YouTubers make money sometimes. But if I scroll all the way down, let's pretend I read this whole blog. You should never do this in lessons, but I need to get down to where I can show you. Down towards the bottom. Do you see where it says 6 responses right here? Right here, 6 responses. This is the comment section. So what happens is people can make comments about what they read. People just said thanks, or that's great to know. I love, thanks for a great list for second graders. My students also love the Henry and Mudge series. I love Frog and Toad stories as well, or too. So those are the comments to the person who wrote the blog. Feedback, so they know what people thought. And you could make a comment and leave your name and email and post it. That's an important part of a blog as well. That's something that you're not going to do today. You're not going to actually make a website with a real live blog. You're just going to make a pretend blog post. Okay, but I wanted you to know about that. So for today, for you then, what you're going to do is you are going to write a blog post. And this is the text or the slide that you'll write on. I went ahead and made your blog post title for you. What makes a story a tall tale? Where it says introduce your topic here, boys and girls, you need to highlight that, and then you will be able to type your own text here. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Then when you're done, you can use my blog post about what makes writing a blog post. You can use mine as an example for how I organize my blog post. When you're done with that, then you would go and you can also highlight then your thoughts right there. Okay, so where I have write your thoughts or write your topic, you're going to highlight those words and make those words your own. I would leave the title alone. I think it's fine. Don't forget to type your name in after written by. I would type Mrs. Flora, but that's not your name, so you'll type what you want. Okay? I want to show you one more thing. Right here is a slide that is going to help you to stay organized and plan your blog post. All right, the prompt is right here, and you need to check that prompt often, boys and girls. It's very important to stay focused when you are writing on what you are asked to write about in your prompt. So the prompt again said, in Thunder Rose, you read a tall tale about a larger-than-life character who does incredible things. Imagine that you have a blog where you share ideas about writing and books. You plan to write about characters and events in tall tales. Write a blog post explaining what makes a story a tall tale. That's what you're going to be writing today. So see how I drug over the box to show this is what I'm writing? Using Thunder Rose as an example, don't forget to use some of the critical vocabulary words in your blog post. All right, those are 2 important things to remember to do. I added images, and if you can't see them well enough, go to your MyBook, but you should use the information on page 82 from your MyBook to help you as you write your blog post. If you look on page 82, it tells you about the genre of tall tales. Tall tales are exaggerated stories that are meant to be entertaining. That's important to know and something important for your blog post as well. And then page 82 gives you 3 more criteria or examples that help you to know if a story is a tall tale or not. I also added here, here, a shot from page 82 that shows you the critical vocabulary. Don't forget that they told us to use critical vocabulary in our blog posts. So what I want you to do is when you get to Google Classroom, I want you to drag and drop the boxes to the important things. I want you to make a plan where you list examples of exaggeration in Thunder Rose here in this box. You can use character traits, the setting, and events in the story. Anything that is exaggerated in Thunder Rose will be a good example to use as evidence. And then you can use all that planning to write your blog post. I hope that helped you to understand how to write a blog post.